Greetings, salutations everyone, welcome back. We are playing some more Honkai Impact 3 today, as we have often done. However, unlike recently, we are not doing Elysian realm. Recently we've been doing almost entirely Elysian realm. We finished the first chapter of the story out of that, so we are going to continue the story with Blastspark Apocalypse right here, Chapter Immortal. I did see, 1 second, I did see in the menu right there. What's the new supply? Event supply. Okay. Never mind. I don't even actually think I don't have money gems anyways. Okay, yeah, we're continuing with Immortal, Chapter Immortal. Yeah. Oh, there are 9 bits of this one. No idea how long these will take. If these are quick, we'll move on to whatever's next. Who knows? Well, I mean, I say who knows, but if you've played this, then you probably know. But I do not. I'll just throw Siren and Husher of the Void in there. Okay, what is this? It birthed all creation. This much you should understand. I am the origin of all things. Wait, it switched from it birthed all creation to I am. Is this 2 different things? Or are we changing perspectives? Anyways, and I am the destroyer of all things. 6 a.m. The girl finished her warm-up and turned off her personal fitness training device. The device had been created nearly half a century prior. Originally designed for astronauts, it included an air pressurization system that could simulate a low-gravity environment. Some years later, a Valkyrie at HQ pulled this aging but unusually durable device out of storage and began to use it in moaning exercises. That Valkyrie's name was Ragnar Lodbrok. She was one of the reasons the girl chose to become a Valkyrie. Durandal here. I mean, I kind of expected Durandal. She was the character I had to select for the mission. So no surprise. But I don't think I've seen her in this outfit like this. 21,358 meters. Wow. Feeling good today. While I'm at it, might as well do some tactical training. Okay. Warm-up time. Oh, it's the button I used to start the stream also swaps the controls. Oh yeah, this is definitely a new Durandal for me. Oh, what's this? Astral Flares. Void Star Astral Flares. Oh, Astral Harness. Okay, Flares the Axe, Void Star EX. Whoa. Whoa, okay, that's a neat kit. That's definitely a neat kit. Oh, that's fun. I don't know which Durandal this is. Oh, that was completely simulated. Okay, I thought she might have been at that. I don't remember if we know that. I don't remember the name of the city, but we were there in the past. Her tactical training complete, the girl entered the simulated environment generated by Sumeru. I'm sure there's a correlation. I don't know what it is. By Sumeru. Alright. And capped off her morning exercise with some meditation. And today, her meditation was accompanied by divine key abyss flower. This powerful weapon reserved for the strongest of Valkyries had been given to the girl 3 years earlier by the overseer himself. She had broken multiple records and became the youngest Valkyrie in history to reach A rank and S rank. Wow! I mean, Kalumi impressed. Gradually, she became the most trusted second in command on the battlefield. Yet, in her heart, the girl had a lingering sense of dissatisfaction. The uneasiness wasn't about the lifestyle she lived. She understood well that from the moment she joined the Valkyries, she would live a certain kind of life. She would carry the fate of the masses on her shoulders and fight tirelessly for all that is good. She would spill her blood without hesitation. The girl had accepted all of this. You could even say she learned to thrive in dangerous situations. But the older she got, the more she had to face an uncomfortable realization. No matter what values you hold, sometimes you have to make trade-offs. That is to say, when it comes to bearing responsibility and fulfilling one's duty, sometimes one must take priority over the other. And for the girl in particular, it seemed that everything she had experienced had been planned out by the overseer. Yeah, Atto. Don't really trust Atto. From her journey to the Sea of Quanta to her encounter with the pioneers, all of it was ordered by the overseer. Like Krishna guiding Arjuna in the Mahabharata. I don't know what that is. He seemingly molded her life with his own hands. The girl was not sure that she could accept such a life. Even though Arjuna was a hero whose name was known by all, and despite the fact that until now she had never felt dissatisfied with her life. Oh?
Bianca, tadaima.
Bianca, I've returned. A familiar, yet unexpected voice shattered the silence of her meditation. What? Did Durandal just change outfits? Good morning, overseer.
おや、少しも驚いていないようだが。
I feel like this is also an outfit I haven't seen Atto in before. I think? You don't seem at all surprised.
僕の登場にも
Not surprised that I
君
came
を本
back,
名で
and
呼んだ
not
ことに対して
surprised
も
that I
驚かないん
called you
だ
by
ね。
your old name. Wait. Bianca? She used to be named Bianca? Huh.
そういうことは重要ではないでしょう。
Huh. Why would I be surprised about something so trivial?
話があるならストレートにお
Let's
話
get
しくださ
down
い。
to business. Do you have a new mission for me?
この間にあったことは
Rita and Amber must have given you a report on recent events, even though technically you're missing
行
a
方不明になっ
person.
ていますが、
そういうはっきりとした物言いを
Your
聞く
no
と、
nonsense
まだデュランダル
attitude
になっていない
reminds
頃の
me
ビア
of
ン
the
カを思い出してし
Bianca
まう
who
よ。
had not yet become Durandal.
女性は大人になる
Always
と変わ
so
るとよく
serious.
言うけれど、
I really can't
君
picture
に
you
関
as
して
a
は本
little
当に
girl.
幼い頃の面影もないんだ。
中身が変わっていなければ十分ではありません
I've
か。
always been this way, whether I'm quiet or talkative, whether I show emotion or not. How is that relevant to anything?
理屈は間違っていないよ。
In theory, you're right.
でも、孫にも衣
But
装
the
という言葉
impressions
も
you
ある
make
じゃな
on
いか。
people also matter. Oh, you're right. Oh, his belly is pulsing strangely. Oh, I hadn't noticed that. Is it? I feel like it almost seems like the animation is connected to the sway of his cape. Almost looks to me like someone animated his cape swaying and accidentally connected his torso to the animation. Oh, that's weird. I don't want to see that. Oh, Otto. You're already a weird enough guy.
今日服を着替えたかのように、次の仕事に向けて君には気分転換が必要だ。
You might want to approach this next mission with a different attitude.
なぜなら、
Because
デュ
you
ランダルと
finally
いう名
have
に
a
ふさわ
chance
しい
to
使
live
命を
up
果
to
た
the
す機
name
会がやってきたん
Durandal.
だから。
Oh, what's living up to the name Durandal? What is he on
準備
about?
しておいてくれ。30分後、世界の泡を
He's
虚
so
数の木に接
mysterious.
続する探索実験を行うぞ。
Get ready. In half an hour, you'll assist me with an experiment which will attempt to link the Babel universe to the imaginary tree. Oh, this sounds bad. I don't like the sound of this experiment.
軽快な足取りでその場を去った。
I mean, anything Atto does, I'm worried about. The overseer laughed, then abruptly turned and briskly walked away.
顔色一つ
Are
変
we
え
at
ずに
the... I
誰
think
も
we're
が
at
驚
the
くような情報を
HQ.
口にする。それは
This was typical
自
for
由
the
奔放な彼が好みに伝え
free-spirited
たこと。
Atto. He was in the habit of casually dropping big news like that. I don't know if free-spirited is quite right for him. It's more like he doesn't care about the inconvenience he's causing his subordinates. Dropping big news and making them get ready for his plans.
12歳の頃から背負ってきたあの運命と一生を共にす
The
る。
girl had believed that completing
少
the
女はそう思
mission
ってきた。
she undertook at age 12 might take her whole life. What?
何せ漁師の海の中にある世界の泡を虚数の
Oh,
木に戻すという
she's...
行為は決してたやすい話では
Oh,
な
I
いから。
don't like that. Atto has had her in the palm of his hand since she was 12. Oh. After all, returning the Babel universe in the Sea of Quanta to the imaginary tree was no easy task.
世界は虚数の木に
The world was born from the imaginary tree, flourished, withered, and finally disappeared back into the Sea of Quanta. This was a law of nature.
それが3年前
But 3 years ago, things began to change.
主教は
The overseer announced the findings of his research on the imaginary tree to the girl and her adjutant.
主教が言うには
From the
少女
overseer's
たちの素敵な
perspective,
目標は
the girl's
彼
personal
の最終
goals
計画
could
ま
all
で
be
達成できるそう
subsumed
だ
into his master plan.
そして2年前
Then, 2 years ago, on an
少しだけ
atom
似てい
day,
る
not too different than today,
主教に協力
the
した
girl
少女は
assisted the overseer in seizing the second divine key. During that experiment,
全
what's
文
the
明
second
の放
divine
射計
key?
画実行者に出会った
I didn't miss what it was, did I? I still know almost nothing about the divine keys. They encountered a project. What? A Valuka? An opposer from the previous era.
そこから主教の
Ever
最終計画
since,
も急
the
速に走り始
overseer
め
had
た
been making rapid progress with his master plan. But even so,
事態の発展が
the
今日
girl
のように早く
never imagined that things would happen this
少女
quickly.
は思いも漁師の海での旅は
She remembered the trip to the Sea of Quanta as if it was
昨日の
yesterday.
出来事のシェイクスピア船長
Shakespeare,
ミゲ
Miguel,
ルおじいさん
Jimmy, and so many other interesting
それから
people.
ユニークでおかしな人たち
She wondered how their lives were in that other
今でも
world.
彼らはあの世界で元気にしているのだろうシュレーディン
Well,
ガー博
it
士と
feels like we're
刺
just
激が先
getting
輩彼女たちはまだ
we're just getting like
漁師の海のどこかで
a
支えている
low
のだろう
dump
か
of Durandal's backstory here. Wow. She was so mysterious beforehand.
それにあのお茶目
I
な
guess it's
デュラン
time
ダ
we
ルこそが
changed
マナ
that.
と語っていた聖剣
And what about that mysterious blade called Durandal? So Durandal is the name of a
奇跡な
blade.
運命を持つ人工的に
The
作られた
overseer
世界は
creating a link between the Babel universe and the
虚数の木
imaginary
に接
tree
続することができれば
was her only
少
hope
女
to
は彼
save
ら
them
を
all.
本当の意味で救える
I wonder if he's even told her the truth. If what he's doing even will save these people she's concerned about here, or if he's just telling her it will. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him at all.
もしかしたら崩壊
And
に立
she
ち向
might
かう
even
人
be
類のた
able
め
to
に
discover a new
かつてない
way
退路を
for
探し出そうと
humanity
す
to
らできるかも
escape
しれない
Honkai.
ここ数年間
For the past few years, the
一生に
girl
も
had
及ぶ年月
tucked
が必要になる
parts
かも
of
しれ
his
ない目標
lifelong
を
dream into a
少女
corner
は
of her
心の中に
mind.
隠してきたまさか運命を決
She
める時
never
がこんなに
once
も早く
thought the chance to fulfill her destiny would come this
彼女
soon
は
and
考え
this
すらしなかった
suddenly.
主教の言うことは
The
間違ってい
overseer
な
was
かった
right.
今この瞬
She
間
should have a different attitude when facing this extremely
確かに気
important
分転換が
job.
必要であった
In the first section, perhaps? No? When the girl entered the S-Rank Valkyrie Command Center, a familiar figure had already arrived.
デュランダル様
Ah,
もう大主教様に会われたのですね
Rita. Yeah, one of my least favorite characters. Oh. And I think I even trust her less than Otto. Ah, dear Andal, I take it you've already met with the overseer.
ええ本当に突然でしたね
Actually, wait, scratch that. I don't think there's any character in this game I trust less than Rita. No, I can't think of any. No. This news was a surprise to me.
あの方は
The overseer
急に勝手にい
disappeared
なくなっ
one
たかと
day,
思えば
came back just as suddenly, and now he's ready to run the
世界どれも
experiment.
実感の湧かない
The
こと
whole
ばかりです
thing
ね
seems hard to believe.
しかしそれこ
But
そが
it's
い
the
つもの
obvious
大
here.
主教様で
Hasn't
はあり
he
ません
always
か
acted this way? Rita.
大主教様は
He has always
チェス
viewed
ボー
the
ドのよう
world
に
as
捉
a
えています
chessboard. All of the people and things under
ご
his
自身を
control
含
are
めたあ
like
ら
the
ゆる人
pieces.
とことは所詮
Yeah, and I think it's a problem how fine Rita is with that.
そうなると唯一意
For
味を
someone
持
who
つものは
thinks like that, results are the only things that matter.
結局あの方に
After
と
all,
って
any value he placed on the process, he gave up money years
も
ago.
しかしたら
リタ
Rita,
今日の話し方は
why
なんだ
does the
か
way you're talking now
シェイクスピア船長
remind me of the way Shakespeare and
シュ
Schrodinger
レーディンガー
talked?
博士みたいですねその
Like,
哲学的な
it
表
has
現が多
some
かったので
deeper philosophical meaning.
あらそうでしたか
I think you're reading too much into Rita's words, Durandal. Huh? You really think so?
申し訳ありませんデュランダル様
Well, I'm sorry, Durandal. Maybe I'm just nervous
知
about
らず
this
知らず緊
mission.
張してしまっていた
リタったら
Rita, you really...
緊張するなんて
Isn't it normal to be nervous in this situation?
今回の任務
After
は
all, this involves countless really human lives in another dimension. If I were to make an analogy,
山奥にある
in
村
a
は
many ways a small
繁華な
village
都会
deep
と
in
一
the
緒にすることは
mountains
できないかもしれま
cannot
せん
be
が
compared to a bustling city.
その村には
Yet the
その
village
村なりの
also
過去
has its own
現
past,
在未来があり
present
ま
and
す
future.
衰えていく運命
Now
を変える可
suddenly
能
we
性
have a
が
chance to alter the fate of
私
everyone
たちの
there.
すぐそばにあるのかもしれないので
Who
す
wouldn't be nervous?
あらデュランダル様の口数が急に多くなった
Is
のは
that the reason you're
それが原
suddenly
因
so
なのでしょう
talkative, Durandal? Durandal recalled the way she was several years ago. Back then she was irritable, rather short in stature, and extremely talkative. That girl seemed to be a completely different person than the Durandal of today.
リタ私
Wait, can I check that? Wait, Durandal recalled the way she was several years ago. Back then she was... Okay, it's talking about Durandal. For a moment I wasn't sure if it was talking about recalling the Rita of several years ago or Durandal of several years ago.
どうしましたデュランダル
What
様
is it, Durandal?
いいえ何で
It's
もありませ
nothing.
ん
That was talking
話さなく
about...
てもいいことでした
The girl started to speak, then hesitated. If it had been several years earlier, she would have openly talked to Rita about how her personality had changed. But that girl was gone.
ビアンカ様もし今回の任務が順調に終わりましたら
Bianca, if this mission goes smoothly,
その時は
then
半休をい
afterwards
ただい
let's
て
take half a day off
ドライブにでも
and
行
go
き
for
ま
a
せんか
drive. What do you think?
仕事に支障がなければ問題ありま
Don't
せん
do
が
it. I think Rita will just drive you off a cliff to get rid of loose ends or something. I
で
don't
はド
know.
ライブの場所は
As for where
本
we
部
should
からは
go,
そう遠くに
how about
ナポリに
Naples?
しましょうか
It's not far from the floating isles. What? What's the floating isles? This is the first I've heard of it. Going for a drive. Naples. The girl suddenly remembered that on their adventure 5 years earlier, Rita had suggested something similar.
機会がありましたら深夜のナポリをドライブしなが
The
らご案
next
内い
time
た
we
しま
get a
しょう
chance, we should go to Naples at night and have some fun.
ええ
No, I don't know. I still don't trust the suggestion. Yeah,
そうしましょう
sure. If the overseer's experiment can really help those people in the Babel universe, then we can drive to Mount Vesuvius together. The girl smiled and agreed that it was an unusual suggestion for an S-rank Valkyrie to make. Half an hour later, Sheik Sal Floating Isles. Okay, I kind of suspected that might be what it was talking about, but I don't think I've ever heard the HQ referred to as the Floating Isles, but I think that's what it is. I mean, it is Floating Isles, we've seen this before. Half an hour earlier, Sheik Sal Floating Isles, special purpose lab for the second divine key, Cosmic Juggernaut. Okay, that's what it's called.
Ah, みんな時間を守ってくれたようだね。
Okay, I was just checking. He's not really doing it this time because it just looks like he's breathing this time. Okay. Excellent. Everyone is here on time. Durandal, Rita, Nagamitsu, Amber. I appreciate you all looking after HQ in my absence. No problem at all, Overseer. We were just doing what we should. I think this is a new character. I don't think we've met here before. Nagamitsu? That's right. Also, Mr. Atto. You can continue speaking for a while. The space-time manipulation system needs 5 more minutes to warm up. Did she just say, Atto, time for your evil monologue? That's what I heard. Looks like the only one who's not on time is the machine. Well then, I'll use this time to familiarize everyone with the process involved in this experiment. Everyone should have a solid understanding. At first glance, the 4-dimensional space-time we inhabit seems flat and empty, yet in higher dimensional realms it contains many unimaginably complex structures. Look at that! Let's look at the imaginary tree, I think? Can I just get like a full screenshot of that? Yeah. People of the previous era had 2 descriptive names for these structures: the Sea of Quanta and the Imaginary Tree. In the Sea of Quanta, all beings and things decay as time progresses, until everything has disintegrated into chaos. The wallet of the Imaginary Tree does not share this fate, but their Honkai events are a frequent occurrence. In essence, that is because the concept of time in each realm is fundamentally different. But this isn't what we'll be focusing on today. Today's experiment will attempt to link a Babel universe within the Sea of Quanta back to the Imaginary Tree, saving it from the extinction to which it is ultimately destined. Okay. Now that we've done extensive research on the second divine key, obtained technical assistance from the Wallet Serpent, Sheik Sal must make use of this technology. If we do so, in the not too distant future, we will be able to change the fate of
空間動力システムウォームアップ完了。オットーさん、いつでも実験を開始できるわよ。
Villain's evil monologue. I think that's an achievement for you, Nagamitsu, for interrupting him. And we've only just met you, and you've already interrupted an evil monologue. Well done. The space-time manipulation system is ready. Mr. Atto, the experiment can begin in any time. Well, looks like I'll have to be brief in my explanation. To make a long story short, the subject of our experiment will be a special bubble universe. What? Sorry, I read ahead there. What? Okay, I'll finish reading. Will be a special bubble universe contained within Durandala's body. I don't even know what to say. Other than I guess I slightly wonder if she in any way draws power from that? Huh? What?
僕たちは漁師の海から出発し、虚数空間への通路を見つけ出
We
す。
will depart from the Sea of Quanta, seek a passage leading to imaginary space, and then try to artificially link it to the imaginary tree.
そのため、デュランダル。君は第二の神の鍵で作った高次元空間の入り口に入ら
So,
なければならない。
Durandal, you will need to enter the dimensional portal generated by the second divine key yourself. I'm guessing she's not entering this bubble universe, right?
はい。
Okay,
今回はアップ
this
グレー
time
ド
you
した
will be
空間
equipped
新
with
鮮
an
機関装置
upgraded
ゲニウスプラスを用意し
Genius
た。
Plus Space-Time Exploration Unit.
遠隔支援を担当する長
Nagamitsu
光は
will
そ
use
れを
it
利
to
用し
maintain
複雑な空
communications
間
with
環
you
境の中
while
で
you are
君との
in
通
a
信を維持する。
complex space-time environment. I repeat my previous question. She's not entering the bubble universe, is she?
承知しました。
Got it.
今回の実験は非常に重要
Due
だ。
to the great significance of this
リ
experiment,
タ、琥珀、
Rita and Amber,
君たちにはこ
you
こ
will
で
stay here
全
to
ての
manage
管
and
理や調整を
coordinate
担当してもらう。
operations.
そして僕は
And I will accompany
デュランダ
Durandal
ルと
to
共
the
にこの
portal.
実験の最前線に立つ。
はい。
Huh?
正式な場で共
I
に戦
guess
う
this
の
is the
はこれ
first
が
time
初め
we'll
て
be
だったね。
officially walking side by side.
あとはよろしく
I'll
頼む
need your
よ。
assistance,
バルキリー
Bianca
ビア
Durandal.
ンカ・デュランダル・アタジナ。
Atagina? She is in the Sea of Quanta. Is she seriously going to this bubble universe that is inside her body?
知恵
What's this
世
tea?
界の残影。
Ow, hey, stop. I am switching. Okay. To the train. Whenever I see this, it reminds me of the Astral Express. Oh, there we go, post transformation. Okay, wait, where am I going? Oh, this way I get turned around. Happens. Wait. Oh, then I can, Oh, I need more things to hit them. Oh.
Have
we ever seen Atto actually, like, in the world? If that makes sense?
人の一生もそういうものだ。有限の時間の中で触れられるあらゆるものを吸収し、最終的に独立した思想と人格を形成する。
Okay. Wait, oh wait, am I attacking to him more? Oh, I am.
これが量子の海の感覚か。
So this is what it feels like in the Sea of Quanta. Not so different from being... Wait, this is the first time he's entered the Sea of Quanta? I am surprised, shocked? Both? Huh.
あまり離れないでください、司教様。
Please try to stay close to me, Overseer.
長光さんの話によると
According to Nagamitsu, objects floating in the Sea of Quanta, out from a bubble universe, are at risk of decaying into nothingness.
まあ、オットーさんの体は玉鋼でできているから、そういうリスクは低いけどね。
But because Mr. Atto's body is made out of solium, the risk is very low. Solium?
しかし、もし本
It's
当に
because it's one of
外
his
部
like
の世界と連絡がつかなくなったら
money
確かにまずい。
clones,
何せ
copies?
僕はもう
I don't know if
自
it's
分の意識中枢をこ
technically a
の体
clone
に移
if it's
植してい
made
る
of
からね。
something called solium. Sounds more like a solium copy? Maybe? I don't know. But if we lose connection with the outside world, we do have a problem. After all, I already transplanted my consciousness into this body. Oh, but he does only have one consciousness, maybe?
それって
Huh? Isn't that...
仕方ないわ。
Nothing we can do about that. Even though I spent 2 years improving the Genius Plus, it doesn't support real-time consciousness projection.
帯域幅が全然
There's
足りないもん。
just not enough bandwidth.
そういうことだ。
No
心配ない。
problem, I won't
戦闘で
hold you
君の
back in
足
a
を引っ張る
battle.
ようなこと。
ご冗談を
You must be joking, Overseer.
本気を
You
出し
would
た司教
beat me
様
in a
と
one-on-one
1対1
fight.
で
正々堂々と
I
戦って
doubt
君
I
に
could
勝てるとは
defeat
思
you
って
in
な
a
いけど
fair
ね。
fight. In fact,
むしろ
it would
僕
be
の出
no
番すらないは
contest.
ずだよ。
Key word there. Fear. I don't think Otto ever fights fear, and I don't think he ever intends to.
今の夫アポカリプスにとって君はこの宇宙で
As
最
of
も
this
頼
moment,
りに
you
な
are
る仲間
Otto
だ。
Apocalypse's most reliable partner in this adventure.
また君を困らせてしまっ
Seems
たようだ。
seems that made you uncomfortable.
では、
Well
さ
then,
まつなことは
enough
忘れ、
chit
果敢
chat.
に
It's
探索
time
の
to
足を
take the
前に伸ば
first
そう。
step of our journey.
いざ、
Let's
出発
go!
だ。
Ah! I prefer Siren. She's just one of my favorites, so I'll use her a bit. Okay. It's been a while since we've been in the Sea of Quanta, hasn't it? In fact, it's been maybe 10 chapters. Is that accurate? I think that might be. Oh, I also have this T ability. Oh, I think this is the first time I've passed that. This thing. Oh, there's a portal. Maybe portals around road, I'm not sure. This looks like the theater of domination.
まさか
When a leaping dimensions, one's consciousness is sometimes affected by dreamlike interference. For the Gurlet came in the form of images of gallows, remains of Honkai beasts, and unfamiliar purple flowers. These were certainly not images from her own memories. They might have been residual data in the Sea of Quanta, or maybe... Looks like we are already close to our destination. This is the Theater of Domination, a space created by the 10th Hyushu not long ago. I mean, I am going to point it out, I don't think that the Shiksala helped all of us out very much with the Theater of Domination situation. You know, just have to say it. Since we're here. Although the 10th Hyushu is gone, I'm thinking of a way to preserve part of what's here for his own uses, probably. Will that help us establish a connection with the imaginary tree? Exactly. How much do you know about the 10th Hyushu? The Hyushu of Dominance. I read this. See, shouldn't Durandal at least know about... She never even interacted directly with the whole situation, did she? I read the research materials provided by Anti-Entropy and the Wallet Serpent that Hyushu is an aggregation of multiple consciousnesses. It can construct unique dimensions in the gaps within the space-time, unlike the Hyushu of Dominance of the previous era. You know enough then. After all, we won't encounter the Hyushu of Dominance, but merely what it left behind. In order to control its minions from this place, the Hyushu made use of the imaginary tree's power to create a link between the two universes. And this resulted in... Even though the 10th Hyushu no longer exists and the Theater of Domination is about to sink into the Sea of Quanta, for the moment it still retains its connection with the imaginary tree. So you quickly assembled everyone to begin the experiment. Yes, time waits for no man. Although it will sink into the Sea of Quanta, the process isn't instantaneous. But before we attempt to intervene in the Honkai persona, we need to have a firm grasp of the technology and resources at our disposal. I understand. But overseer, does the Honkai persona really exist? I always thought it was just hypothetical.
確かにそれは
Before this
この世紀になるまで
century, it was
一つの
indeed
仮
just
説に過ぎなかった
hypothetical.
しかし
But during the
2000
second
年の
eruption in the
第二
year
次崩壊で
2000,
僕は常
I
識
made
では説明できない
contact with
膨
a
大な意識に触れ
consciousness
た
so enormous that it defied common sense.
その意識は雑然とした情報で人類を惑わすのが得意だった
This
一瞬
consciousness
で地球上
could
のあらゆる
confuse
資料
humans by
学術知
bombarding
識を
them
全
with
部脳に
excessive
注ぎ込
amounts
む
of
ことすら可
information.
能だが
It could take the entirety of human knowledge and force it into your brain in an instant.
事前に対策
And
を
unless
して
they
いなけれ
took
ば
preventative
人類は
measures,
それと平等に
humans
会話を
could
交わすこ
not
とすらできない
communicate with it as equals.
それは
Then,
待ってください。
hold it on, if
もし
this
そ
is
れが本当
really
に
the Honkai
崩壊の
persona,
意識で
that
全
means
能だ
it's
としたら
basically invincible.
ああ
Yeah,
もしそれが
if
全能なら
if it really
文明を
had
消滅
that
させる
kind
な
of
んてた
power,
やすいはずだ
it could extinguish
世代が変わっ
civilization
た後に
whenever
再
it
び立ち直ら
wanted.
せるようなことも
Trying to
するは
revive
ずがない
humanity would be pointless.
つまり
So either its
文明を
hatred of
憎んで
humanity
い
is
ない
not so deep,
もしくは
or it's
全能で
not
は
as
ない
invincible
そのど
as
ちら
it
かだ
seems. Oh, its powers are more narrow than you're assuming. Their consciousness could confuse humans by bombarding them with excessive amounts of information. It could take the entirety of human knowledge and force it into your brain in an instant. I mean, I'm assuming he's implying it, I guess. Maybe he's trying to imply that it can do that and a number of other impressive feats.
少し話がずれてしまった
But I digress.
とにかく
No
人類
matter
は
what,
利用
humanity
できる
must
ものは
use
全て利用する
everything at
必要
its
がある
disposal to have a
そうでも
chance
しな
at
いと
victory in this
僕たちはこの
uneven
不平等
struggle.
な戦いの中
そして今日私たち
And
が
the
行う実験
experiment we
は
will undertake today
ま
is
さ
a
に
rare
千載一遇の機会なん
opportunity.
ですね。
その通りだ
Absolutely. Now, in describing the relationship between the two roles, we can call our own role base reality. The Honkai persona controls the link between base reality and the imaginary tree, affecting the natural cycle of Honkai illusion. Humanity is suffering as a result. So for the upcoming experiment, if everything goes well, we might be able to rid ourselves of our shackles, establish our own connection with the imaginary tree. If successful, humanity can turn the tide against Honkai without a fight.
しかしそれは最も楽観的な
But
状
you
況で
said
すよね。
if everything goes well.
ああ
That's
科
true.
学研究の角度から
Cutting-edge
言うと
experiments are
先駆
rarely
的な実験を
successful,
一度で
and
成
the
功させる
future
のは難
is
しい
even more unpredictable.
未来はしかし
But if we
僕た
get
ちが
any
この冒険か
positive
らポジ
results
ティブな
from
結
this
果を入手
adventure,
できれば
at least you'll be able to
少な
face
くとも
Cabin
今度
with
ケビンと向き合
confidence.
う時少しは自信が持てるだろう
Why is she facing Cabin with confidence?
ヨルムンガンドの
Are
最
you
終目
talking about the ultimate
標成婚計画のことで
purpose
す
of
か
Wolid Serpent Project Stigma?
も
What?
ちろんさ
Of course, the frightening thing about Project Stigma is that it could redefine the rules by which the world operates. Oh?
もし相手にユートピアを
If the
作
other
る力
side
が
can
あり
create the
僕たちがそれを持た
utopia
なか
and
っ
we
たとしたら
cannot, then sooner or
世
later
界はいず
the
れ
world will
彼ら
become
の期待する
as
姿に
they
なる
envision.
誰もが全
Since
文明
none
に
of us
強要
wants
さ
the
れる
grim
冷たい未
future
来を良しとは
imposed
しな
by
いだ
the
ろう
previous era,
だ
we
から
must
僕たちは
find a way
ユ
to
ート
create
ピアを
our
作
own
る方法を
utopia.
把握しなければならない
I mean, personally, I'm rooting against both of you because I don't trust either of you, either Atto or Kevin.
つまりもし今日の実験で私の中にある世界の泡が
That is to say, if I have a bubble universe within me, and in today's experiment we can safely link it to the imaginary tree,
将来的に
then in the future, we'll have the resources needed to refuse Project Stigma.
その通りだ。
Yes, but as you know, among all of the schemes for opposing a
崩壊
Honkai,
に対抗する本当は一つ
there
も
are
ない。
none that are guaranteed to succeed.
ちょっとオットーさん、
Hey, Mr. Atto,
今日はドゥランダルさん
isn't
が使
today
命
the
を
day
全う
that
するおめでたい
Durandal
日
will
なんでしょ？
gloriously
どう
complete
して
your
そんな
mission?
重苦しい話を
What's
するの？
with the negativity?
いい加減にしましょうね。
You
いい加
should
減に
learn how to quit while you're ahead.
ですがそれは確かな事
But
実
what he's saying is true,
避けるべきものではあり
and
ま
the
せん
truth shouldn't be avoided.
そうだけど、まだ選択しなければいけない時では
But
な
we
い
are
わ。
not yet at the point where we have to make a choice.
別に今日じゃなくて
Today,
も。
there's no need for you to.
お気遣いありがとうございます
Thanks for your concern, Nagamitsu.
ですが
But
今までスキューバリティ
failure
を
is not
担
an
当してきた
option in
任務
missions given to us rank
失敗を
Valkyries,
こういう綱渡りのよう
and
な
I'm
生き
used
方
to
に
living
私は慣れ
dangerously.
ていますよ
いい、素晴らしい。
Good. That's the spirit.
さすが天命最強のバルキリー
Durandal,
デュランダルだ。
rightfully known as the most
やはり君の
powerful
純粋な
Valkyrie
心
in the
は
Shiksa.
一日たり
Your
とも変わってい
devotion
ない
to
の
the
だね。
cause hasn't wavered one bit.
主教様
Overseer,
そういう軽
please
はずみな
stop
言
with
葉
the
を口にする
flattery.
のはやめて
It
ください
seems you're a bit
今日の主教
overexcited
様は
today.
天使
長光、
I could go on.
実験の手順
Nagamitsu,
と技術の詳細の
please
説明は君
explain
に
in
任せよう。
detail the steps
主教
involved in
の
the
僕は
experiment.
しばらく口を
Your
休ませると
overseer
しよう。
will keep his mouth shut now. Okay. Ah. Hey, ow.
私の番。潰れろ。
Oh, I mean, you know, I just realized this is what he wanted. He wanted the Hushu of the Void fighting for him. And he wanted Siren fighting for him. Ah, this is it. This is everything he could have wanted.
ちゃんと見てね。
I don't know why he said and Siren. That's not.
潰れろ。
That's not quite right.
星の怒りを形成せよ
No. Oh, it's a puppet. Ah, my favorite ability.
はない
潰れろ。いや、今こそ。裁き
After the Kyushu of the Void thing is also pretty awesome. Okay. Time to hear from Nagamitsu, perhaps? Two can... Let me get a drink 1 second. Two contrasting figures made their way through the ruins of the theatre, side by side. One carried themselves in a carefree manner, while the other had an air of earnest determination. One had seen 500 years of change, the other only had 10 years of memories. She only has 10 years of memories. that feels even more like she's been severely manipulated by Atto. The two had little in common, but at the moment they were the iconic figures of the Shiksal organization. Before, Atto had made use of an advisory council to deal with trivial day-to-day issues, while he used the time to carry out various kinds of secret research. But when the North America branch broke off to form the independent anti-entropy organization, which would become a rival of Shiksal, Atto simply kicked out the advisory council and used a more efficient way of maintaining stability. And it was then that the Shiksal Valkyries, once a secret weapon, took center stage. From the squad Snow Wolf to the Immortal Blades, one outstanding figure after another joined Shiksal, encouraging more girls to join the battle. Yeah, I don't much like the sound of that. It's like, dealing with other people having power in his organization was annoying. So he decided it would be better if he removed any others with power within it. There's Atto. I can only accompany you this far. The way forward is only open to those who have undergone fusion with extra dimensions.
長光さんの説明もこの段階までしかありませんでした。この先の空間につ
This
いては
is also where Nagamitsu's instructions
やはり何
ended.
の情報もない
Do
ので
we
しょうか。
really not have any intel about what lies ahead?
まあこれほど虚数の木に近い空間には
These spaces
今まで誰
close
も
to
た
the
どり着けなかったから
imaginary
ね。
tree are completely unexplored.
皆さんが今い
Your
る場所は
current location
まだ
is
漁師の
still
家に
under
影
the
響がある場
influence
所だ
of
け
the
ど
Sea of
先
Conta.
に進め
If you
ば
go any
完全に虚
further,
数の木の
you'll
領
be
域に入る。
completely within the realm of the imaginary tree.
私たちにでき
The
るのは
only thing
理
we've
論を
been
計算
able
し
to
あなたが
establish
そこで普
through
通
our
に行動することが
calculations
可能か検
is
証す
that
るだ
you'll
け
be
よ。
able to move around normally in that realm.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry that I
今回の実験の
cannot
クライマックス
provide
で価値ある情報を
use
何も
other
提供できな
useful
くて。
intel for the grand finale of this experiment.
大丈夫です。
It's okay.
実験に
There's
は
always
未知が進むのです
uncertainty when doing an experiment.
私とリタが5年前に冒険した時も想像をはるかに上回る結果を手に
Like
入
the
れることができ
adventure
ました
Rita and I had 5 years ago, it yielded results far beyond what anyone had anticipated.
今日の実験で
In
も
today's experiment, you've done all you can to ensure the Babel universe inside me
私の
will
体内
remain
にある世
intact
界の
under
穴
all
が
circumstances. She's going in a Babel universe inside her.
私にとって
What?
受け入れがたいリスクは全て
So
排除され
from
たん
my
です
point of view, all of the unacceptable risks have already been eliminated.
司教様
Overseer, I'll be back
行ってき
soon.
ます。
ああ、いってらっしゃい。
Have a good journey. Okay, here we go. Without any hesitation, the gorilla stepped into the wormhole, linking the different dimensions. Behind her, the overseer's expression looked simultaneously gratified and melancholy.
この最後の10年間、
Over the past
君は
10
僕に
years,
見事な
you've
伝
made
説
this
を見せてくれたよ。
extraordinary journey possible.
ビアンカ・アタジナ。
Bianca Atagina.
長光、
Nagamitsu.
どうしたのお父さん。
What is it, Mr. Atto?
あとはゲニウスを
If
通
we
して
can
デュ
use
ラン
the
ダル本
genius
人を回
device to
収し
receive the data
探索デー
collected
タを
by
入手すれば
Durandal,
実験成
our
功だ
experiment will be a success. He didn't mention anything about Durandal surviving.
彼女の世界の泡が彼女自身の力で虚数の木と接続できるかどうか
He doesn't care. As for whether she can restore the link between the Babel universe and the imaginary tree with her own power,
それが僕の計画にとっては少しも重要ではないことを
that
君もよ
isn't
く理解して
critical
いる
for
はず
our
だ
plan. Exactly. He doesn't really care about any of this.
僕に
Oh,
は
he doesn't
固有
care
世
in the
界を
same way
裁断
that
し
Durandal
折りたたみ
does.
再構築する力が必要だ
I need to be able to fold,
世界の
cut,
泡は僕にと
and
って多くの意義を
reconstruct the
持たない
power of base reality. The fate of the Babel universe has little effect on that. Yeah.
つまりもしドゥランダルさんが虚数の木で時間を使いすぎた場合、ゲ
So
ニウスの機
you're
能を
sa-
利用して彼女を強
so
制
you're
的に取り
saying
戻すのね。
if Durandal spans Tolan in the imaginary tree, we'll just initiate a post recall with the genius device?
もちろんさ
Of
何
course.
せあちら
We
との
don't
リアル
have
タイム
any
な
way
通
of
信は不可能だ
communicating with her in real time.
僕たちはいつま
She
でも待ってはいら
understands
れな
that we
い
can't wait
それ
for
は
her
彼女自身も知って
indefinitely.
いる悲観的にな
But
る必
there's
要は
no
ない
need to be pessimistic. After all,
それとな
didn't you
く彼
give
女
her
に
some
協
help?
力していた
やっぱり気づかれていたのね。
I've been
い
find.
ちよ。
Sorry, just a minute ago I took a drink and I swallowed kind of funny. My throat feel. I've been found out, but I was just testing the waters.
本当に効果があ
How
るか
should
わ
I
から
know
ないの。
whether it will really work?
効果があるに決まってい
It
る
will
よ
work. You should know that the other side is also made
優秀な
up
バル
of
キリーだからね
excellent Valkyries who were once under my command. Huh?
虚数空間、ここ
Whoa.
は宇宙の
This
始
is
まり、
different.
法則が交わる場所だと主教様は言っていました。ここでは時間は条理で認識されない。ここでは物事は力学で計算されない。ここは世界の彼方、規則の上にある規則。しかし何があっても私は前に進まなければなりません。チャンスは一度きりかもしれませんから。
ちゃんと見てて。
Sorry, I was just trying to read through Durandal's dialogue there, and I can't really read it aloud. I just don't have time, so I try to read it to myself to keep up.
覚えておきなさい。潰れろ。
星の怒りを形成せよ。
Yeah, this is a pretty cool Durandal, alright. There we go. Into the mirror. Oh, it's alive. Barely. Oh, what? Something's been pointed back. Oh, I see. Those explode, don't they? Oh, something. Oh, what? Am I going back and forth here? This is weird. Okay, now which way? Oh no, I'm just going this way. But I came from this way, didn't I? Or did I get turned around? Maybe I got turned around. In a seemingly boundless, empty space, the girl had to rely on her genius device to find the way. 42,768 steps. 42,769 steps. The girl felt that as soon as she stopped counting, time gradually began to lose all meaning in this place. 61,293 steps. 61,294 steps. Durandal had probably walked the distance of a marathon, yet she did not feel any fatigue. There was still nothing but emptiness in every direction. She began to feel anxiety creeping up on her. She was worried about the reliability of the plan, and wondered if the space-time asymmetry would cause everything to lose its meaning. The girl took deep breaths, regulating her heartbeat and expelling all unwanted thoughts from her consciousness. Although what surrounded the girl could more accurately be described as the other rather than air, she didn't need to breathe to stay alive. Well, would you look at that? I know exactly how to read that. It goes... Yep. That's exactly how I read it for us. She heard a faint, indistinct sound coming from far away in the same direction that Genius was leading her. Well, to be precise, the space had no medium through which sound could pass, so the noise must have manifested itself directly in her brain. She could not make out what was being said, but at the end, she was sure she heard something calling her name. Whatever it was, it recognized her. You really came. Who's talking? Not long before, the girl and her companion had arrived at the designated location, perplexed as to why they had been led there. The location data had been transmitted through the other via a mysterious signal. The message was clear. Bianca Atagina would appear here carrying the Babel universe. Who made this prediction? What was their purpose? The girl had her companion... The girl and her companion had no idea. It was clearly not Bianca's or Rita's prediction. The message even stated that it would be a surprise for the Valkyries. Was it transmitted by the Schicksal overseer? No. Otto would never use this kind of method. He liked to be in control of the situation. That is an understatement. He liked to be in control of the situation, yeah. Then, could it have been sent by the residents of the Bubble universe? This was even more unlikely. They had naturally lost connection with the imaginary tree and thus didn't have the capability to send messages to this place. The visitors from base reality were getting closer. There was the characteristic radiation of a living organism here, and only one possibility for what was emitting it.
Oi, Senyu.
Hey, old partner.
Bianca, 聞こえる? Bianca!
Bianca, can you hear me, Bianca? Wait. Is it the old Valkyrie? The dad Valkyrie Manto character? Not Himiko? The one we've heard mentioned but haven't like met in any significant way, maybe? I don't know, that's just a guess.
私よ、しぐれキラー、ここにいるわ。
It's me, Shigure Kira. I'm here.
しぐれキラとニグ
Both
ラスは
Shigure
ここにいる。
Kira and Nigrath are here. She couldn't help but laugh. Her partner had good intuition, but she didn't need any warnings from her. Just as the 7 colors combined form black paint and the white and white light, all possibilities manifesting simultaneously can form the void of empty space. But when potential and manifest beings interact, the original void will form into something else.
ようこそ我々シュガーズ一族の精神世界お菓子の家へ。
The Shigeus! Oh, I've heard of you, the Shigeus. It has been quite a while since I heard of you. I am... pleasure to meet the Shigeus. Okay. Alright. It's been like a year since I heard of these guys.
美しいお嬢さん、シュガーズの
In
言語
our
で私た
language,
ち
you
のこと
can
を
call us
ブラック
brown
シュガー、
sugar
ご
and
白桃と呼んでく
crystal
れてもいいん
sugar.
だよ。
Brown sugar and crystal sugar. Okay.
ちょっとニグラス、知り合いとの挨拶は普通、そういう感じのものじゃないでしょ？
Hey, Nigrath, that's not how you greet old friends.
ねえビアンカ、本当に
Hi,
久しぶりよ
Bianca.
ね。
It's so
私た
good
ちの
to
登
see
場
you
にびっ
again.
くりした？
Did our presence here startle you?
本当に
Um,
ここでまた会えるとは思って
I
いませ
really
んでした。
wasn't expecting to run into you here, Shigure Kira.
それと
And you,
Nigrath.
Miss Nigrath.
すみません。
Sorry, I don't
地球外生命
understand
体
how
の成長パターンについて
extraterrestrial
よく知らな
beings
くて。
typically develop.
ちょっと別に今年になってか
Hey,
ら
it
成
was
長したわ
only
けじゃ
this
ないよ。
year that I
キ
grew
ラが
into
世
this
間知ら
form.
ずだったから
It's all
休眠状態
Kira's
だったあの
fault,
頃の私を
thinking that
完
my
全体だと思っ
dormant
てただけ。
state was my final form.
はい。
Hey,
私が世
I'm
間知らず
still
って。
stronger than your species, whose natural instinct is to play
二人
down.
とも仲がいいんですね。
Huh. Looks like you two get along great.
まあ悪くはないわ。何せ
We get along
こいつに
okay.
何度も騙
Our
されてきたからね。
relationship has its ups and downs, but we go way back.
過ぎたことを気にするなって。
Past events always have past causes.
さて、
Anyway, I'm
本題に戻すよ。
getting off topic. 2 weeks ago, we received a message that
私たち
contained a
はある予
prediction.
告状をもらった
The
んだ。
message said you
中
would
には
arrive here
あん
at
たが来る
this
時間が
moment.
書いてあった。
Okay. My guess is it's the scientist that we just met today. I sent the message.
誰かが教えてくれたのよ。
Someone was telling us that you would come here today and attempt to link a
この世
bubble
界の輪を
universe
虚
to the
数の木に戻
imaginary
そうとする
tree?
って。
あ、はい。
Yes, as part of the overseer's experiment.
つま
Did
り
you
二
two
人は
come here just
わ
to
ざわ
wait
ざ
for
ここ
us?
で私。
もちろんよ。
Of
私た
course!
ちは虚数の
We've
木を利
learned
用して
how to make
あ
use
る
of
程
the
度
imaginary
存在す
tree.
る空間
To
を
a
変える技
certain
術を把
extent.
握してるもの。
We can transform the dimension in which we exist.
私たち。
Who
それは
do you
つまり
mean by we?
あ、2
Oh,
年前、キラはコンペイ
2
ト
years
長老
ago
の試
she
練に合
passed
格し、正式
Konpeito's
にシュガー
exam
ズ共同体に加わったんだ。
and officially joined the Shigers. Konpeito's exam? I'm guessing that's one of the Shigeru's exams.
あの世界の泡があんたの体内に
Because
入った
that's a
後、
type of
シュレ
candy.
ーディンガー博士は漁師の海に戻り、キラはエネルギー波動に弾かれ、
When that bubble universe entered your body, Dr. Schrodinger returned to the Sea of Quanta, and Kira was launched into a dimension within the imaginary tree by an energy fluctuation.
運が良かったのか、
Maybe it was
そ
just
れと
good
も
luck.
そういう
Oh,
運命なの
maybe
か。
it was predestined.
とにかく、
Before our souls were torn into fragments by the void, we passed by the candy house that saved us. What? A candy house saved you? This is bizarre stuff. Bizarre stuff indeed.
お菓子の家はシュガーズ一族の家だけ
The
じゃないの。
candy house is not only the home of the Shigers, but also a sanctuary made out of a bubble universe.
シュガーズが危機に遭遇し
This
た
is
時、
bizarre
彼らは
stuff.
虚数の木と再び接続し、
When the
自分たち
Shigers
がいる
face
部
a
分の空間を
crisis,
変
they
換するの。
re-establish a link with the imaginary tree and switch to a different dimension. Well, that is a good method.
世界の泡としてのお菓子の家はかなり小さ
Because
いか
the
ら、
candy
い
house
つで
is
も
such
虚
a
数の木と接
small
続でき
bubble
る。
universe,
だから
when we
崩壊の
alter
波
the
動による
link to
侵
the
略を受けずに
imaginary
済んだ。
tree, we do not suffer the effects of Honkai fluctuations.
こういう実例もあったんですね。
So, such a thing has been done before.
でもね、ビアンカ。
But Bianca, the opinion of the Shigers is the bubble universe inside you.
お菓子の家より何倍も厄介なことになる。
I'm afraid its potential to cause problems is many orders of magnitude higher than that of the candy house. Can't believe we're talking about a place called the candy house.
どうしてですか？
Why?
量の問題さ。
It's mainly a problem of scale. As far as we know, there are two ways to prolong the existence of a bubble
乱暴な方
universe.
法とズル
Through
をする
brute
方法だ。
force or by using a workaround.
乱暴な方法は
The
外からエ
brute
ネルギ
force
ーを吸
method
収し続ける
involves
ことで
continuously
漁師の海の
pulling
自
in
然水管に
energy
抗
from
う
the outside to counter the natural decay of the Sea of Quanta.
その方法だと世界の泡は大きければ大きいほどいい。
When using this method, the bigger the bubble universe, the better. The ratio of surface area to volume decreases with size.
その規模が大きければ自然接触を通して
At
エ
a
ネルギ
large
ーの動
enough
的バラ
scale,
ンス
the
を保ち
universe will
半永久
naturally
的に
achieve an
漁師の海
energy
の中に浮
balance.
かび続けること
It
が
will
できるんだ。
float in the Sea of Quanta almost indefinitely.
もちろん崩壊エネルギ
Of
ーを
course,
吸収
if
し
the
すぎた
bubble
場合、
universe absorbs
世界の
too
泡
much
自体に
Honkai
他
energy,
の問題が発
using
生
this
する。
method,
あん
it
たの
will
キラが
cause
過
other
去に見たような
problems. Like what you and Kira have seen in the past.
なんとなくわかりました。
I think I get it.
では、シュガーズの方法はズルをする方なのです
So
ね。
I'm guessing the Shigers used the other method, the workaround.
その通りだ。
That's
虚
right.
数の木と動
Once
的
a
に接続
dynamic
して
link has
虚
been
数の木の支
established
えによ
with
っ
the
て衰退を
imaginary
阻止
tree,
する。
we use the tree's support to stop the decay process.
この方法の本質は虚数の
This
木を騙
method
すこと
works
で
by
目標を
deceiving
他の
the
文明世界
imaginary
に寄
tree.
生させることで
We
生存さ
attach
せ
the
るか、
target to
もしくは
another
新鮮世界
universe
として認定
and
させて
hope
支え
that
てもらう
it
か
will
だ。
be accepted as a newborn universe that needs support. It's like doing a like a tree limb graph, a branch graph, a graft on an actual tree, sort of, kind of, right? Sort of, it's an ad, maybe.
わかりやすく言えば接ぎ木みたいなものさ。継ぐ枝が大きく複雑であればあるほど手術
Speaking
が
of
難
which,
しくなる。
it's like grafting a branch onto a tree. The bigger the branch, the more difficult it is to successfully attach.
だからその方法
Therefore,
を使
when
う場合、
using this method,
世
the
界の泡は
smaller the
小
bubble
さい方が
universe,
都
the
合がいいって
better.
わけだ。
つまり、世界の泡の
So
存
it
在をキープ
sounds
す
like
る
the
2つ
two
の方
methods
法
are
は
basically opposites.
ええ、それに、当時
And
の
as
シュレーディン
Dr.
ガー博士が
Schrodinger
言う
would
に
say,
は、
あんたの中にある世界の泡
the
は
bubble
乱暴ル
universe
ー
in
ト
your
のために
bub
設計されたもの。ムーンライ
in
トス
your
ローンのシステ
body
ムに合
was
わせて
originally
余分な
designed
崩壊エネル
using
ギ
the
ーを消
brute
去するための
force
もの
method together with the Selena's prototype system that eliminates excess Honkai energy.
しかし
Unfortunately, because Honkai energy would corrode the other
それによっ
anchor,
て世界の泡
it
がバラ
needed
バラ
to
に
be
ならないよう
anchored
あんたの体内に固定しないと
within
い
your
けない
body to prevent it from disintegrating.
船が大きすぎると向きを変えにくいって言うじゃないか
Now we want to
今更
change course
ズ
and
ルをする
switch
方
to
法
the
に変えるとなる
workaround
と
method. We
膨大な演
just
算が
need
必要
to
なんだ
do a large amount of calculations to work out the details.
それって
That means
デュランダル
Durandal,
人工知
that
能を持
blade
つ
of yours
君の検査
that is
聖
autonomous.
剣は確かにずっと空間の隙
The
間で
holy blade has
世界の
maintained
泡
the
の安定
stability of the Babel universe.
私と世界の
as
泡
well
の
as its
間にある反
connection
転
to me.
関係を保ってきですが
It's just that ever since we were
私と聖
separated,
剣の間には
I've never been able to
会話する手段が何
establish
もありません。
any form of communication with it.
あの子が世界の向こう
I
側
can
で
sense that it
必
is
死に
working
働いている様子を感じ
strenuously
ることはできますが
somewhere on the other side of the world.
それ以外
But besides that,
何も伝わってきま
I
せん
can't tell you much about it.
そっか
I see.
やっぱりあの方
Then I
法しか
guess
な
we
いだろ
only
う
have
な
one option.
それって砂糖の鍵
You
の
mean
力を
using the
使うっ
power
て
of
こ
the
と
Shiguki? The Shiguki. Is this a divine key for the Shigos? The Shiguki? What is this?
それ以外に
Probably
アン
not.
カーポイント
Probably
の反転
something
を乗り
different.
越えられる
Maybe
よう
I
な通
don't
信方
know.
法はないだろう長老
It's
には申し
just
訳ない
the
けど
name
物は
sounds
使うため
kind
に
of
あるからさ
absurd. Otherwise, how can we establish communications across the infusion anchor? Although I do feel sorry for Konpeito. We must do whatever is necessary.
でもあれは長老が十数年もかけて
He
やっと
spent
直したもの
decades
で
of
しょ
his life getting
な
that
るべく慎
scene
重に使い
fixed.
ましょう
We'd better be careful when we use it.
何の話ですか
What are you guys talking about?
砂糖の鍵
Ah,
はシュ
the
ガーズ一族に
Shiguki
今まで
is
伝わ
an
ってきた
ancient
古代の
relic
仏なの
passed down
お
among
菓
the
子の家
Shigos.
自体の製造に
It
使わ
was
れたこと
once
もある
used
わ
to make the candy house itself. This Shigu stuff sounds pretty absurd in a very serious conversation, but it's funny.
コン
Kind
ペイ
of.
ト長老の話によると数年前
Konpeito
ある
said
人類
that
が
years
天
ago,
命の
a
神の鍵
certain
と比較
human
して
gave it a name
砂糖の鍵を
similar to
外の
Shiksal's
鍵と呼んだ
divine
らしいの
keys. He called it the key of the beyond.
あ
Ah,
いつは
that
私た
was
ち
the
を
guy
裏
who
切って
betrayed us
砂
and
糖の鍵を
damaged the
壊した
key.
張本人だあんたたち人類にそんな
It's
奴がいた
that
せい
kind
で
of human scum that made it necessary for
観
Kira
察期
to
間
go
が3
through
年
a
間も必要だったんだから
3-year observation period before she could join the Shigos. Kira's joined the Shigos. Didn't know that was a thing. Human looking... she looks like a... Yeah, she's a human. A human is joining Shigos, sure.
確かに人類は複雑です
Humans
ね
can indeed be very complicated.
私も他人の考
I
えが読め
often
ない時がよ
struggle
く
to
あります
understand what other people are thinking.
本気でリタに
I
助けを
really
求め
want
た
to
時も
get Rita's help,
いつも
but she usually just gives an
大丈
answer
夫です
like,
から
don't worry
みた
about
いな
it.
答えしか返って
It'll
き
be
ませんし
fine.
そいつはシ
I
ュガーズにと
wouldn't
っては
want
プ
to
ラ
get
スになるけ
Rita's
どな
help if I were you, but sure. Actually, this makes you more trustworthy in the eyes of the Shigos.
さて私は砂
I'm
糖の
going
鍵
to
の準備
begin
作業に取り掛かる
preparations
から
for using the
キラと昔
Shiguki.
話でも楽し
I'll
むといいよ
leave you two to catch up for a while.
ありがとうニグラス
Thank you, Nigirath.
はいはい遠慮はいらないさ後で喧嘩する時間は
No
いくら
need
でも
to
ある
be
んだか
so
ら
polite. I'm sure that in a while we'll be arguing again.
ニグラスさんはデュラと気が合うかもしれませんね
Would be compatible with Blade Durandal.
私もそう思うわ
I think so too.
ところで
Speaking of which,
本
Bianca,
当に背が高く
you've
なったわ
grown
ね
a lot taller and it
性格も穏やかになった
seems
気
you're
が
more
するわ。
sure of yourself. This is a nice picture of them. Huh.
むしろ頑固の方が
You
近い
could
かもしれません
also
ね。
say I've become a most stubborn.
店名で
In
最も
the
融通
Shiksal,
が
I
利か
don't
ないバルキリ
exactly
ーの
have the
私だと
reputation of being
みんなにはそう思
easygoing.
われているようです。
嘘。一
No
番融
way.
通が利くタイプ
Why
だと
do I
思うけど
feel you
な。
are the most laid
まあ
back?
仕事に関して
Although,
は
when you're on
意見を曲げ
business,
ないビア
I
ンカも
also
想
get the
像できる
sense
けど
you're very opinionated.
ほら、
You said it
ヒラ
yourself.
先輩も言ってたじゃない
It's
で
the
すか。
same when it comes to working
SQ
with
バルキリーを同
us
僚に
rank
するなら、
Valkyries. If I could
私も
choose
リタ
who
みた
to
いな
work
人を
with,
選
it
びま
would
す
be
よ。
someone like Rita. Like Rita? You know, she has a very different view of Rita than I do.
あら、二人とも
Wow,
もう
you are
SQ バ
both
ルキリ
us
ー
rank
なの？
Valkyries now?
まるであの
Just
頃
like
のセシリア様とテ
Celia
レ
and
サ様みたいだ
Teresa
わ。
back then.
それは恐れ多い
I
です。
wouldn't go that far. And besides,
どうしたの？
what is
嫌
it?
なことでもあったの？
Something embarrassing?
あ、
Ah,
いいえ、
it's nothing actually.
実は3
About
年ほど
3
前、
years ago, the overseer granted me the right
黒
to
煙
use the
白化の
Abyss
使用権を
flower.
いただ
Wow, you mean Cecilia's Abyss flower? You deserve it, Bianca. Great job.
ありがとうございます。
Thanks. But I
セシリア
just
先
feel
輩
like
から
borrowing
彼
it
女の
from
黒煙白
Cecilia.
化を借り、もちろん
Even though a
神の神の
divine
神
key
の
is a
神
divine key,
誰かの付属品
and
では
it's
ありま
not
せんが、
something just anyone can wield.
ですが、
I've always felt that
Cecilia
the weapon was still connected to Cecilia
セシリア先
somehow.
輩の深いあ
まあ、それはわかるわ。
Yeah,
セシリア
I
様の
think
前
that's
に
normal.
黒煙白化の力
Before
を
here,
使
it
いこな
had
せた
been
人
a
は
long time
長い
since
間
someone
いなかっ
had
た
the
からね。
power to control the Abyss flower.
ねえ、知ってる？あの
But
セシリア様でも
you know what?
黒煙白化の持ち主
Even
にな
for
ったことに
Cecilia,
対して
becoming the
かなり
owner
の
of
プ
the
レッ
Abyss
シャーを感
flower
じていたのよ。
put her under a lot of pressure.
どうして適性が
Why,
高かったんですよね。
wasn't she highly compatible with it?
うん。適正の話なら、
Well,
セシリア様より
purely in
ビアンカの
terms
方
of
が上かもしれないわ
adaptability,
よ。
I think you might be
私自
better
身も
than
侵食さ
Cecilia.
れたことがあるから、
I've been
なんとな
corrupted
く
by
わか
it
るわ。
before, so I know what I'm talking about.
よく聞いて、ビアンカ。
Listen,
セ
Bianca,
シリア様がぶつか
the
った問題
problems
は、
Master Cecilia faced at the beginning were identical to yours, but just the opposite.
真逆で同じ
Identical, but
どういう意味
just
です
the
か？
opposite? What does that mean?
あの司教様は、
I
あな
guess
たに
the
教えていないの
overseer
かもしれ
mentioned
ない
it
けど、
to you.
セシリア様の
Before
前に
Cecilia,
黒
several
煙白
owners
化の
of
幾
the
人
Abyss
かの
flower
持ち主は、
were all
様々な理由で
expelled from
店名から
Shixal
除
for
名され
various
ているの。
reasons.
それは
Then,
黒煙白化は全盛
maybe
期
you're
70
aware
年
that
代
the
に
Abyss flower
北
was
大西洋
pulled
深
out
海
of
か
the
ら引き上
North
げられたって
Atlantic in
話
the
は、あなたも知ってる
1970s.
よね。
Well, I'm not aware of that. That's news to me, at least.
その件は、シュレーディンガー博士の過去と直接的なつながりがあるの。
This event was directly related to Dr. Schrodinger's past.
彼女が店名を裏切った件ですか？
Are you talking about her
リ
betrayal
タが
of
教えてくれ
Shixal?
ました。
Rita told me about that.
それに
That year when
彼女
she
が
said
司教様のこと
Overseer
を
Atto was her
フグ大
mortal
天の
enemy,
敵だと言った時
I
に
think everyone believed it.
多分みんな
なら、当時の
Did
天
you
命
know
最
that
強
the
のバルキリー、
strongest of
黒
Valkyrie
煙
at
白
the
化の
time,
持ち主、
the wielder
彼
of
女
the
が
Abyss
ネゲ
flower,
ントロピー陣営に加
joined
わって
anti-entropy,
そのせい
and
で亡
that
くな
it
ったっ
led
てこ
to
とを知
her
ってる？
death? Ooh,
黒煙白化はその時に、
that was when the
海の
Abyss
中に
flower
沈んだの。
sank into the ocean.
その人の名前は
You've
あな
heard
たも知っ
this
てるはず。
Valkyrie's name before.
リアーナよ。
She was called Rihanna.
そう、
Okay, I don't feel like I've heard that character's name.
彼女の
That's right,
命の恩人
the
の名前
same
なの。
as Dr. Schrodinger's middle name. She took the name of the one who saved her.
世界は狭いのよ。
It's
ビ
a
アンカ。
small world,
普通
Bianca.
のバルキリーは何
And
も知
though
らないかもしれ
ordinary
ないけど、
Valkyries know nothing about this, in those days,
決して簡単
becoming
な
the
ことじ
owner
ゃな
of
い
the
わ。
Abyss flower wasn't something to be taken lightly.
実は
To tell the
今でも
truth,
黒煙
some
白
of
化
the
の不
most
吉だと信じている
superstitious
バルキリーがいま
Valkyries
す。
consider it unlucky to this day.
でも今になってみんなは
But in hindsight, everyone thought the Abyss flower was a symbol of Master
そう思うよう
Cecilia,
になっ
right?
たんでしょ。
それは
That's because Cecilia was so charismatic.
ううん、違うの、ビアンカ。
No, it wasn't that,
確かに私
Bianca.
は
Even though I
セシリア様が
consider
一番の
myself
ファ
a
ンだって
huge
自称してる
fan
け
of
ど、
Cecilia,
事実だけを話すと、
objectively,
それはただ
the Abyss Flower
セシ
was
リア様
only
が
her
黒煙白
symbol
を長く所有
because
して
she
いただ
owned
けに
it
過
for
ぎないわ。
such a long time.
セシリア様は
Cecilia told
私
me
にこう
that
話し、自分と黒煙白花の
she
間に
always
拭えない
felt a
距離感
kind
が
of
ある。
distance between
そ
her
れ
and
は
the
名
Abyss
声云々
Flower.
の問題ではな
And
く、
it wasn't just because of its reputation.
純粋な歴史に対する畏敬の感情なの。
She felt that way because she revered its
天下制
history.
裁に対する
Like
態
the
度みたいにね。
attitude the Castellanos have towards the judgment of Shamash.
どう？
So although you are
スタートは全然違うけど、
coming from a very
本当の
different
気持ち
starting
に関して
point,
は
your
かなり似てるでしょ？
attitude towards it is not so different from hers.
なるほど。
I see.
確かに不思議で
That's
す。
really interesting.
先輩、
Kira, you are like an old little sister to me.
今の話、
What we just
リタが
talked
相手
about.
だと恥ずかしくな
I
りますし、
wouldn't find it interesting to
司教様が相手には
discuss with Rita,
大げさすぎ
and
る
I
ように思って
wouldn't
しまいま
want
す
to bring it up with overseer.
もしかしたら、
I feel like it's something I can only discuss with you.
言われてみると、
Stop it,
ちょ
you're
っと恥ず
making
か
me
しくなったわ。
blush.
ところで、結構長く
Now
話して
that
い
you
たけれど、
mention it, we've been chatting for quite a while.
ニグラス、
Nigrath, are
準
you
備作業はそろそろ終わるでしょ？
Are your preparations almost complete?
二人とも。
Sorry
ちょっとやらかしたと
guys.
いうか、
It
プログ
seems
ラムに
that
バ
I've
グがあった
slightly
とい
messed
う
things
か。
up, so maybe it's just a bug in the program.
バグ？
A bug?
まあ、呼び方はどうでもいい。
The detail is not important, but basically we've
お菓子の家の
attracted
外側
some
まで来てるんだ。
so-called imaginary constructs to the outside of the candy house.
手伝ってくれ、ビアンカ。
I need some help dealing with this, Bianca. If they are able to infiltrate the candy house, it'll be a
わ
problem.
かりました。
Got
敵を
it.
全員倒せばいい
So
ん
I
ですよ
just
ね。
need to eliminate all the enemies?
こういう簡単な解
I
決
like
方
this
法
kind
気に
of
入ってます。
straightforward approach to problems.
全力で戦いなさい、ビアンカ。私たちの力を全部あなたに貸すから。
The Shigu's supposed skill can remove the time slow effect on Valkyries. Okay.
私の番。やっ、ちゃんと見てて。はっ、そうです。
Still hasn't been that often that I've ended up fighting it. Oh, ow, stop that. Fighting imaginary enemies.
よく見てて。潰れろ。
Oh wait, did I miss something? I did, okay. I thought it was over.
潰れろ。
Husk tautology. Ouch.
私の番。
星の怒りを形成せよ。
Feels like this siren and Durandal here deal somewhat comparable damage in these fights.
ちゃんと見てて。
Whereas my Hushu have the very bit
時
less.
間の始まりよ。このハサミで全てを切り裂いちゃう。
Like, yeah, that huge out the void damage is pretty wimpy though. Oh? There we go, right? That. Anything else? Come on, let me go on. Yeah. Line after line of line after line of alien text rolled across the screen of Neugrath's controller console. It looked like she was running some rather complicated programs. Thank you. That was a tough battle. But I'm afraid you'll have to wait a bit longer due to concerns about the stability of our communications channel. They've chosen to deal with some issues first, before re-establishing communications. They? Are you talking about Blade, Durandal? Have you already made contact? Yes, the AI is currently receiving the temporary link to the Bubble universe broadcast by the Shikuki, so it can't switch to a human form. Understood. I'll just use this time to get in the right frame of mind. I mean, prepare myself psychologically. Anyway, I'm really grateful to have this opportunity today. Hey, why are you being modest? A friend of Kira's is a friend of mine. Huh? Wait a second. Excellent! Wow, that worked perfectly. What happened? Success! It has received and implemented the connection protocol. There's no time to lose. Let's try to communicate. Hold it down. Oh? Who is this? Testing, Bianca. Do you hear me? If you do, please reply. Huh? Loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear, Holy Blade Durandal. What? Blade Durandal? What? It's been years. You were a girl back then, and now you're a young woman. Wonderful. What are your measurements now? Looks like you have nice proportions. Hey! As soon as we establish communications, you say that kind of crap? Kira is still here. Sounds like Rita isn't there then. Was she trying to say that for Rita's sake? Yeah, but don't worry, she's done well these past few years. It's just that she isn't physically suited to getting close to the imaginary tree, so she's not with me today. Actually, just the fact that you were able to reach this dimension with their help is impressive. But how do I put this? I'm pretty impressive myself. I've finished all my important work, so I have time to chat with you. Huh? You done with your work? I thought we were just about to start the critical phase. That's the power of our computer processor. I can do things at the speed you can't even imagine. But since this thing can't be done perfectly, I'm afraid after today, I won't get much of a chance to come out and get fresh air. So I might lend out part of me. Huh? Okay, it wasn't just me confused there, she's also confused. Good. I feel like I'm getting confused too often this stream. What do you mean lend out a part of you? Are you talking about the gems you're made of? My fault. Sometimes my brain runs faster than my mouth. Actually, I kind of know what that's like. In fact, I've done it several times this stream where I've read ahead of where I'm reading aloud. And sometimes I trip up and say the words incorrectly because of that. Well, in a machine of foam, I guess I don't really have a mouth. Enough with the jokes. We likely have limited time to interact like this. You'd better let me analyze the whole situation again. After operating for several years, I became aware that the crisis in that Babel universe originated when it was born. Okay. I want a screenshot of this. I'm trying to look at these characters. Yeah, that's Rita, Durandal, Rita, Durandal. I'm not sure for the... Maybe Himiko? Maybe that's Himiko? This character... I'm not sure. We've heard a scientist mention. What was the scientist called? Schrödinger? Maybe. I don't know what Schrödinger looks like. Maybe. 50,000 years ago, to ward off the Honkai threat, humans were trying to discharge Honkai energy into a bubble universe in the Sea of Quanta. 50,000 years ago? Wow. But as the Hushu destroyed the research center on the Mu continent, they were unable to implement their plan. Luckily, the other anchor on the artificial blade universe wasn't damaged. Humans have tried to turn the place they had been using as a garbage dump into a refuge that could be inhabited by humans. That's the way we see it today. While the project of turning the Babel universe into a sanctuary was somewhat successful, the equipment for when it was a garbage dump had to be left in place. In the hands of a madman. Speaking of the hands of a madman, we have Otto running this experiment. This hidden equipment created a devastating tragedy. Since then, the history of that wallet has been nothing more than a desperate struggle to survive. Bianca, when you went on your expedition to that wallet, you not only sealed the fate of that madman, but also took responsibility for saving that wallet from a collapse. Just as Nigarath's analysis predicted, the dimensions of the Babel universe hindered its reattachment to the imaginary tree. Its inversion baseline still has to be anchored on a stable negentropy system. To put it simply, there is no way to complete the mission at this time. That's bad news, isn't it? That's okay. I've prepared myself for this. Everything will be just like it was, right? I'm afraid not. Huh? Although my responsibilities have changed, now you can share the burden that you once carried alone, Bianca. What? The Babel universe, maybe? Do you mean... Come, I'll give you temporary access to the Shiguki so you can experience it for yourself. The Shiguki. The girl nodded her head. Countless streams of data suddenly began pouring into her mind. For an instant, she understood what the overseer meant when he said a consciousness so enormous that it defied common sense. But unlike what the overseer had said about the Honkai persona, this consciousness seemed to fill her mind with warmth and nostalgia. Like a birthday candle, Rita lit for her on New Year's Eve. Oh? That looks cool.
ありがとうございます。本物の不朽なる刃。
Calm yourself, resting in place of the universe. I am space-time itself, the source of the power that destroys all. My role is to obliterate all universes. The girl felt familiar power flowing through her body. Is this the Honkai consciousness attacking in there? 5 years earlier. 5 years earlier, she had used this power to cut through layered space, cutting a manifold that supported an entire continent free from the bubble universe. In those 5 years, this power had been lying dormant, not in a base reality, but in a strange dimension within her body. In terms of fighting capability, the girl, who already possessed the Bis Flower, didn't need assistance from the Holy Blade. But as the name she now went by demonstrated, the Holy Blade Durandal had become a symbol of her life as a Valkyrie. Now, after extracting my core, you can transfer the duty of protecting this wallet to any of your reliable colleagues. This way more people can share the burden, right? Well, strictly speaking, only one person at a time can assume the responsibility. But now you can take turns. Through studying technologies that mimic the Shigeki, I can now serve as an intermediary and establish an indirect link between the bubble universe and the imaginary tree. Although there is currently no way to realize our ultimate goal of an independent bubble universe, we don't need to rely on your body to protect that wallet anymore. Also, I've calibrated Sumeru for you. That way, after you give my code to someone else, you will be able to use the power of the astral harness for a short time. That means the astral harness didn't just disappear? That's right. Ultimately, the astral harness relies not on any particular bubble universe, but on the power of the Sea of Quanta itself. But aside from these high-tech devices, where did that thing called Sumeru come from? I want to find another one that I can use myself. Neo database, do you have a record of a hero named Su? Oh, we met Su. Well, sort of. We met a version of Su. From the previous era. He was the one who entrusted Sumeru to me. Aha. He said that he once spent several thousand years implementing something called Project Valuka. The development of parallel universes was observed in hopes of finding a way to counter Honkai. I see. Although I don't have any information about that, if a person like that was willing to transfer Sumeru to you, he must have found the answer he was looking for. It seems so. He said that in the end, Project Valuka finally found the only answer.
彼はそう言いました。しかし
But he wasn't telling me any details. I gave the information he left behind to the overseer, but he wasn't telling me anything either.
何も言ってくれませんでした。
Yeah, that's because you're just the overseer's pawn, Duranda. Like, I feel bad for her.
実に面白いっしょ。
That's very interesting.
何か分かったんですか？
Have you guessed what it is, Duranda?
いや、何もわから
No,
な
I
いでしょ。
have no idea.
わからないから面
It's the
白いっ
fact
しょ。
that I don't know that makes it so interesting. Isn't it also this way for humans?
人類に対する
I
理解
can
が妙
only
にずれ
say
ているだけな
that
の。
you have some strange ideas about humanity.
私はビアンカ様たちのような
I'm
生
not
命
an
体じゃないっしょ。
organic life form
ズレ
like
があっ
you.
て普通っしょ。
Some
ズレこそがアイデンティティ
misunderstandings
っし
are
ょ。
normal. It's what makes us unique. Sorry, one moment. I was... Okay. Sorry, I just had a cramp in my leg. And I was stretching it out and... Okay.
おや、
何かあったんですか？
I was sitting on it for a bit. What happened?
リアルタイム計算に警告があったっしょ。世界
I'm
の
getting a
川と無数
warning
の
in
木の
5
接触は
minutes. The
5分後に
status
カオ
of
ス
the
現象
link
のせい
between the
予測
Babel
不能になるっ
universe
しょ。
and the imaginary tree may become unstable due to a chaos phenomenon.
反応の余裕を
To
当てておく
ensure
た
there
め
are
に
enough resources to respond in the next 3 minutes, I must go manually control some programs.
つまり
I
今回
guess
の
that
再
means
会は
our
そろ
time
そろ終わ
together
り
is
ということ
over.
ですね。
そう。
Yes.
まだまだ話
That's
した
a
いことが
shame.
たく
There's
さ
a
んあ
lot
るっしょ。
we didn't get
天
to
命カ
talk
ップとネゲン
about.
トロピー杯の優
Who
勝者を
won
知
the
りたいっしょ。
Shiksal Championship? And what about the anti-entropy trophy? What's the Shiksal Championship and anti-entropy trophy? What's it on about?
そんなものが気になるんですか？
You
サ
care
ッカーなん
about
て全
this?
然興味が
You've
ないで
never
しょ。
seen a soccer game in your life.
だから何っしょ。
So
ビアン
what?
カ様から崩
Hearing
壊と
you
無関
talk
係な
about
話を聞
things
くなんて
unrelated
怠ける
to
のが好きな
Honkai is
私
the
にとって
greatest joy
本当
for
に
me.
嬉しいことっしょ。
Oh, it's Alt that switches that. I just accidentally hit Alt and now I know. Good to know.
え
I get
え、わ
it.
かりました。
Well,
その
thanks.
ありがとうございます。
ビアンカ様が照れてるっしょ。かわいいっしょ。
Miss Bianca's embarrassed. So cute.
さあ、
Well, I really have to go now.
これからの道はまだ
Though
ま
in
だ
the
危険かも
future,
しれないっしょ。
people may have to sacrifice their lives.
私はあの見知ら
I
ぬ成
believe
功者
that
が確かに
Pioneer
唯
has
一の
found
答え
the
を見つけてく
only
れたと
answer.
信じてるっしょ。みんなも世界を
I hope everyone continues to
そして
have
自分た
faith
ち
in
の
the
可能
world,
性を信じ
their
時間
colleagues
に
and
全てを証明
themselves.
してもらうっしょ。
Time will prove them right.
ではまた。私
Until
の
we
体
meet
を
again.
任せたっしょ。
How about I give my physical form to you for safekeeping? Is that it, the little... What, violet? Lavender gem?
信号が消えたわ。
The signal disappeared. Yeah.
とまた会える。
We'll definitely be able to meet again, right?
ポジティブなのはいいことさ。
It's
まあ
good to be
全文明の
optimistic.
人たちはみんな怖いって
Though
な
I
ん
have
と
a
なく
feeling
思って
that
るけど
those people from the previous era are kind of scary.
そういえば
In the beginning,
スーハカ氏も
Doctor
最初
Who
は
also threatened
彼
to
の
lock
世
me
界
in
の
his
泡にずっ
Babel
と閉じ込め
universe.
てやるって
それは虚勢を張っただけだと思うけどな。
Sounds like that was a bluff. That kind of person wouldn't change their opinion of you so quickly.
じゃあニグラス。
Then
あなたの言
Nigara,
ってた。
where
なんとなく
do
思
you
う
get the
というのは
feeling that those people are scary?
私もうまく言えないさ。
I'm not sure.
はい。
Huh?
仕方ないよ。
It's just a
一種の
feeling.
勘ってや
I
つだ
thought
か
it was better to tell you.
ら。何も
ありがとうございます。
Thanks.
ですが、本当に避けて通れない運命に
But when it's time to meet my fate, I will not
私は
back
逃げ
down.
たりしないと思います。少なくとも
At least now I don't have to
自
shoulder
分の
my
責任を
burden
他の誰か
alone.
に託す手段を得ました。
ちょっと
Hey,
その言い方
maybe
縁起悪
it's
いわよ
not so good to say
そう
that.
いうことに関しては
That's
セシリア
exactly
様
the
と同
way
じにならなくてもいいん
Cecilia
だ
thought
からね
about it.
私
For
その政権
example,
はいらないから
I really
ちゃん
don't
と自分
want
で
that
保管し
sword
な
of
さい
yours.
変な
You
考
hold
え
it
を起こ
onto
さない
it.
ようにね
I don't want a flood of random thoughts coming into my brain.
いいえ、そういう意
I
味ではな
didn't
く、
mean it like that.
すみません、
Sorry, didn't mean to stress you out.
先輩。
私も悪かったから謝らない
I
で
just got a little
バル
excited.
キリーとして
You don't need to
あなたはとうに
apologize.
私と
Let
ニグラス
go.
を
You
超えてるし
surpassed Nigrat and I
私
in
は
your skill
あ
as
な
a
たの判
Valkyrie.
断を信じるべきだった
I trust your judgment.
とにかく
Well,
互いの気
however
持
you
ちが
say
伝
it,
わればいいんだ
the
ろ。
important thing is to get the message across, right?
ビアンカはキラの心配を理解できたし、キラもビアンカがちゃんとわきまえてるって分かったんだ。
Bianca knows that
互いに謝ると
Kira
か
is
そういう
worried.
煩わしい礼儀を
Kira knows
私たちシュ
Bianca
ガーズは
can
推
behave
奨しないん
herself.
だ。
No need to dwell on apologies. The Shigus do not advocate such a thing.
それもそうね
The
とにかく
Shigus don't
機会があ
advocate
ったら
dwelling
い
on
つでも協力する
apologies.
からねビアンカ
Okay, sure. You're right. Just call us anytime you need help, Bianca.
はい。その時は遠慮しません
And
から。
I'll remember not to be so polite next time.
あれ？
さて、
Then I guess that's it.
世界の泡に関
The
する
Bubble
使命が次
Universe
の段階
mission
に入
has
りましたし、
entered a new phase,
私
and
たち
we
には
each have
そ
many
れぞれ
more
果たさないと
missions
い
to
けない使命が
complete.
たくさんあり、二人とも
Since we can
今回の
say
実
that
験
this
は無事クリア
experiment
で
has
きま
come
した
to an
し、
end,
そろそろ前回のよう
I
に
guess I'll start up
デニ
the
ウスを起
genius
動しないとい
device.
けませんね。
急すぎないか？
Leaving us
少
so
し座って
soon?
一緒に
Won't you
お菓子
sit
を食べ
down
よう
for a
よ。
while and have some dessert? I'm not sure. Having some dessert when these people are sugars, that feels really weird. There's even a person named Konpeito, and you want here to have some dessert? What? What? Actually, funny enough, I was kind of expecting here to
彼女
get
はプライ
pulled
ベートな
back
時間をめったに
by
作ら
the
ないの
genius device early, so this is kind of surprising that it seems she's wrapping things up before getting pulled back. Bianca's always like this. She really gives herself time to relax.
互いの気持ちを理解すれば
We don't need
煩わし
formal
い礼儀は
etiquette
必
to
要ない
understand each other.
むしろそれは
She's always
ビアン
had
カの
this
スタイルよ
approach to life.
ご理解ありがとうございます。
Thanks for understanding, Kira.
では、
Hope to see both of you again. Yeah,
今度はチョコ
next
パフェをおごって
time
ね
remember to treat me to a chocolate buffet. Ooh. A chocolate buffet. Yeah, I'd like one of those too. Can I get one of those? Oh, this is another new image, I think.
それだけでは足りないだろう。
That's not
そうだ。
enough. Let's go
一緒に
sing
カラオケに行くのはど
karaoke.
うだ？オールでな。
それはやめておく
Then
わ
forget it. I'm too
私ちゃんとわき
self-conscious.
まえてるもの
彼女の信号が完全にこの
Your
空間から
signal
消え
has
たな。
completely disappeared from this space.
彼女の独特のテンポに
There's
隠され
something
た
that
例の
can be
推論を
inferred from her
やっぱり口には
calculations
しなか
that you
ったな。
didn't bring up.
本当に再会できるかどう
I'm
か
not sure you will
私に
have an
は確信がないんだ
opportunity
けど
to meet again.
仕方ないわタイミングがなかったもの
Wasn't the right
それに
moment. Besides,
彼女はある面においてセシ
I
リア様
think
とは
in
決
some
定的
ways
な違いがあると
she
思う
is
の
definitely
彼
different
女の
from
本当の
Cecilia.
力は
She
私た
doesn't
ちの手
need
助けが
our
な
help
くて
to
も
awaken
ちゃ
her
んと
power.
覚醒できるはずだから未来の旅にたとえ妨げがあったとしても
Although the road
彼女
ahead
とリタな
will
ら
surely
今ま
be
でのように
difficult,
無事に乗り越え
she
られ
and
るはず
Rita
よ
will do what they've always done. Find a solution.
ええ
It'll
きっと
be
問題はない
alright.
わ
level up. It's been a while. Level 59. Do we do this? Yeah, we do. I just will be wrapping this stream up soon. Why? Because I'm actually pretty tired. Yeah, we'll just do this. This probably won't take long, right? Next thing I know, 3 hours later. That's kind of happened on some streams before. Oh, this next bit won't take long. We can just finish up after this. Takes hours. Hopefully not. It was the day after the conclusion of the experiment. Thanks to everyone's hard work, yesterday's experiment was a complete success. Going forward, and I believe it won't take too long, Shixal will take a decisive step in the fight against Honkai. Of course, as I'm sure everyone knows, this kind of progress is bound to hurt a minority of people, and sometimes seems to harm the personal interests of most people. But we must also see that these sacrifices are limited and temporary. Perhaps anti-entropy will give us trouble, and I doubt we'll get any assistance from Wallet Serpent. But as long as our Shixal fortress is still standing, humanity can look forward to a brighter future. Mr. Otto, are you done with your speech? Are you getting to the important part? Well, to make a long story short, to ensure that future missions are carried out according to plan, as overseer, I will now declassify the identity of the last S-rank Valkyrie. Oh, this is something, what? She will work closely with you in future missions until my retirement. What is this? I'm trying to think of if I know who this is. And honestly, I think anything I could guess would just be a wild guess. Unless it's a clone. If it's a clone, maybe not so wild of a guess. Following Atto's introduction, a new face appeared for the first time in Shixal HQ. Like the completion of the experiment, her appearance marked a new stage in the Overseer's life's work. The dice had been rolled, the dusty old wheels of destiny began to turn once again. Oh, it could be Sushane, maybe. That's also something, actually. I know Sushane meets... Well, this universe is Sushane just come into play meeting Atto Apocalypse at some point, but I don't know. That has to have been one of the shortest missions we've had. I guess this next thing will just introduce her real quick, whoever this is. Who is it? Oh! Atto in a field? What's going on? This isn't what I expected. Huh? don't know what he's doing. Or planning for that matter. Oh, those were a bunch of Atto clones, weren't they? Oh, careful, Lahua.
お久しぶりです。お寿司様。
Oh, hey! Wait, did I guess correctly? Sushane is the last Asterink? I might have guessed correctly.
そろそろ約束を果たしてもらおう。古き友よ。
He does have his grandiose villain moments, doesn't he? Mr. Atto Apocalypse. I mean, with a name like that, you'd expect him to have some good, grandiose villain moments, so of course. Okay, that was a good way to end the stream. With that. Oh wait, did I miss something? This? Wait, is that the entirety of the Spoke Apocalypse? Oh no. No, we'll be going there next. Okay. Sure. That's for next stream though. Yeah, we'll play more of this, of course. I mean, of course, we'll play more of this. I'm not so sure about next week, but you know, probably like the week after, if not next week. I have something specific planned for one of the streams. Keep an eye out for the schedule. So, I don't really have two of the streams planned out at the moment, but I kinda do want to find some game and try out some new game. I got like four new games at another Steam summer sale. Maybe we'll try one of them out. I want to try something puzzly, or maybe something strategy, something like puzzles or strategy soon. It's been a bit since we've done very much puzzles or strategy, so I want to, yeah. But anyways, this will be it for today. I can't tell you anything about upcoming streams. This is the last one in the week, yeah? I hope everyone enjoyed. And until next time, as always, please do try and have a blast for me. Bye.